What causes good or bad vibrations, or what some call low or high energy? Listen to today's episode to find out more.
Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Hello, and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, Dr. Vivian E. Moore. Hope everyone had a great week and hope you're having an even better weekend. All right, so I don't want to keep you for too long today, so we're going to get straight to today's show. The title is Good Vibrations, and the topic is How to Remedy Low to High Level Energy. This year for me is about personal reflection. That means that I must assess my surroundings, including those without and within my inner circle. But by nature, I am passive, not passive aggressive, just passive. And, I can't change my personality. That's just who I am as a person. But I can change the things that affect how I react, positively or negatively. That steals my energy away like thieves. Okay, so we all deal with that, with the low level energy levels and things that detract from our energy that are not always good. Most of the time, when things detract from my energy, sometimes it can be bad. And so, what we want to do, to stay at a good level of energy is to allow things into our lives that will add to and not take away from, which includes things and also people. All right. So for those folks out there who may now be on someone's list on the chopping block, if I were you, I would, suck up to that, to those individuals, if you feel like that will change their minds about anything. But no, really on a serious level, we can't always rid our lives of things and people who transmit different energy than ours. But, and that doesn't mean that, that you'll shut people out. But what it does mean is that you will no longer be allowing the energy they transmit to affect you personally. So, let's just be honest. Some people are just toxic, okay? Like poison infiltrating our system, destroying it from the inside, tearing down what we've tried to build on another level. Like a bad alternator that drains our energy. Negative energy can affect how we feel about ourselves, our inner circle, and our professional life. Okay? And the last thing you need as a creative are things messing with your flow. All right? So I'm a writer. You all know that. And so I'm talking to fellow writers and fellow creators out there. You know that you cannot sit down and do anything without your head being in order first. All right. So, and I'm just keeping it real. Everything has to sort of be in place before you can sit down and do what you need to do. So as a writer, you want those words to flow. You want them to be impactful. You want the characters to be dynamic. And in order to do that, your thoughts have to be clear. Your mind have to be clear. You have to be laser focused, which means that you need some positive energy in your corner to accomplish all of that. All right. So, the positive energy that we already have, we want to keep it, right? So we don't need anything detracting from what we're trying to do. Because we're in this business to make money, and you can't make money if you can't perform well. And that's in any business, that's just the way it is. If you're not doing your job well, if you're working for a different entity other than yourself, if you're not doing that job well, what happens? That's right. You get fired or you get demoted, things like that. But when you're working for yourself, and in this case, as a writer trying to sell books, if you suck at that, that means you're not going to sell any books, which means that constitutes failure, right? So we don't want to fail. So we want to keep positive energy. We want to keep that positive energy flowing from every means necessary, not any means necessary, but every means necessary, from positive sources or positive resources. Okay. So that's the thing. All right. Positive energy. Okay. So now, if you will, allow me to introduce you to some ways of keeping and restoring low to high level energy. All right. So first, meditation. All right. So, last week we talked a little bit about manifesting, whatever it is that you want to do. All right. So now what you can do, and I do this myself, some people call it meditation. I call it prayer. That's how I start my day. That's how I end my day. And sometimes, well, not sometimes, I'm just going to be honest. Okay. All the time. That's what I'm doing throughout the day, because I need that to keep me going, to keep me at that positive level, to keep my battery at 100%. All right. No room for negativity, none. But anyway, start your day with a series of deep breaths. Okay. Because it cleanses. It does. It is so good for you to be able to do that. When you go to the doctor's office and you're getting your physical and they put that stethoscope on your chest, and what do they tell you to do? Take a deep breath, inhale, blow it out. So in that vein, that's what you need to do. Breathe in deeply and exhale. All right. As many times as necessary, because what you're doing is you're breathing in the positive flow and breathing out the negative. All right. All right. So while clearing the air, you can also inwardly manifest a positive outlook for the entire day. That's the goal, right? We want to manifest positivity for our entire day. We're starting it out that way, and if you need to do it at some point during the day, do that. And most certainly at the end of the day, because it helps you to sleep better at night. When you cleanse your thoughts, cleanse all of those negative things, all that negative energy that you're taking on during the day. It may not be lowering your positive energy, but still, trust me, you take on negative energy throughout the day. So you want to make sure that you're cleansing that out of your system as well before you lay it down at night. All right. So second, empowerment. If you believe you can achieve, you hold power over your life. All right. Please don't give it away by submissiveness. Okay. Make sure that you are taking control over your life. We know who holds the power over our entire life. But even though we have, just sifted down from that higher power, we have directives over our lives as well. But if we don't take control of that, then that means we're giving it to someone else. And you don't ever want to do that. All right. So the third is journaling. Write words into power by first writing down what you want to accomplish. Okay, it sounds a bit hinky, but but it's not. Okay, I'm just sorry, it's not, because sometimes, if you're a visual person, you need to see. That's why people have schedules. They have notes on their phones. They have appointments on their calendar, and then they put notes, in the little in the areas where you can add notes to let them know what this is for. Because when you can see it, it helps you to visualize it, and that way you can keep it, you can store it mentally, even though you've written it down. But it still helps you to look back at that to see, what did I write down for this day that's going to help me get through this day. So, just do that, just journal. Journaling doesn't necessarily mean that you got to write a book. OK, you don't have to do that. But you can just write down a few words each and every day, or as you think of them throughout the day. Write those things down. Write down positive thoughts, and things that you want to see accomplished. And just, take it day by day. You don't have to try to write out or journal for the entire year in a day. Just do it step by step, day by day. And, before you know it, by the end of the year, you have a complete journal and you have a complete list, a diary of things that you wanted to accomplish. And then that will help you to look back and see how many of those things you did accomplish. Okay. So fourth is speaking your desires. All right. So we know that power comes from within and flows outwardly. So you can speak into existence what you desire for your life. And only you can do that no one else. Because, last week we talked about how the power of life and death is held within the tongue. And that is true. The tongue is like a double-edged sword. It can speak life. It can take life. Okay. It can save life. It can take life. All right. So just remember that if you want positive reflection on your life, then you have to instill it within yourself first, because what goes in, generally it comes out. So if it goes in good, that's how you want it to come back out. All right. Make sure that you're taking in good and you're giving back good. All right. I don't believe in karma, but what I do believe is that we reap what we sow. So if all we do is reap, is sow evil, guess what that harvest is going to be? But if you sow good, hopefully some good will be reaping in the harvest. Okay. All right. So, fifth is, seek advice on how to accomplish all these things. All right. So I know who my advisor is, and I go to my advisor every single day, and that's God, because he sits high and he looks low. All right. So that's who I go to. But for some people who are not on that level, they don't believe as I do, because I don't believe that everybody believes as I do. And I'm not trying to, I'm trying to force that on you in any type of way. I'm just telling you who I am as a person, because first of all, it's my show. I can do that. Okay. And then secondly, I like for people to make decisions for themselves. We just talked about that, right? Being submissive. We can't do that. So, you have to take control over your life and control the things that are in your life. All right. So what I did was, I went out and I did a search for some authors, okay? Because this is about books, about writing and authors and things of that nature. And these are what you may call self-help books. And they could be very helpful to, some individuals who need that extra boost. But anyway, I went out there and I did the homework for you. So you can, by all means, research more on your own if you want to do that. But I'm just giving you a few stepping stones, and then you can just take it, a bit further if you want to. But anyway, the first book that I recommend is by author Regina Louise, and her book is called Permission Granted. Now, she had a subtitle that I am not going to say on air, okay? But you can go out there and find it for yourself, because, and I'll give you the URL. It is at https://a.co/d/5JP G021. All right. So that's where you can find her book. That's how you can find her book. All right. The second one is The Power of Positive Energy by author Adrian Teodora. And I hope that I'm pronouncing this author's name correctly. All right. But anyway, you can find her book at https://a.co/d/EUV L9I G. And then the last one is The Power of Positive Energy by author Tanaz Chubb. Now that's spelled Tanaaz. And I hope that I pronounced her first name correctly. But anyway, you can find that book at https://a.co/d/90K ED SU. And I know I'm saying these things pretty fast, but I want to make sure that I gave you the URLs. But the good news is all three of these books are available at Amazon.com. So just by typing in the author's name and the title of the book, you can find them without that URL. All right. I was just trying to help you out by giving you the URL. All right. So, but anyway, that is our show for today. I just want to make sure that that I didn't hold you for too long. And I thank you for tuning in and staying a while listening to what I had to say. I appreciate that so very much. And like I said before, you can find Book Chat on Libsyn, and it is broadcast each and every Saturday at 6 p.m. And I hope that, just how you start your day with positivity, I hope you end your day that same way. And because remember, only you, the change starts with you. Okay. So remember to tell those who you care about how you feel about them. while you have the opportunity to say that, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only chance you get to say that. So on that note, I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.